Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Live from the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence. This 11 April 2024, in the year of our uniform corrections and dumpster fires. This is welcome to Sergeant's Time. Yo, what's up, PIQ? What's up, tortured soldiers? Oh, what's up, Mario? I'm already seeing some people in the chats. Yeah. Glad for all of you to attend to Sergeant's Time, one of the most watched. Is it one of the most watched? Did the podcast, military pod, something's whatever. Currently, right now. Anyways, how y'all doing? So today, I decided to do something that I've not done in a long time, and it's only because we've had schedules and different guests and stuff like that. We opened up the phone lines. So I'm not going to answer phones right now, but once I say, hey, it's time for the calls, then it's time for the calls. And the reason why I want to hold off is because I want to set things up. Now, look, a lot of leaders hit up the inbox, and a lot of soldiers hit up the inbox for a lot of things. Name your whatever, name your flavor, whatever. I think what we need to have amongst the younger force, and this is what the old timers and the mid grades need to kind of like convey, is that we need to tell them, if we're talking about the good old days and back in the day, add details to what we did back in the day. Does that make sense? And here's what I mean. We've been getting a lot of traffic about people coming back from the field, and there is a process that happens when you get back from the field that most soldiers that do go to the field, and this is back when I was back in the day when I was a Joe, or even up until the point where I retired, there's a period of time that you must do recovery. It has to happen. Some of my soldiers that serve with me and fellow first sergeants and senior NCOs know that on purpose, I will admit this, now that I'm out, I can say this. I purposely, and I got some friends that are in the chats right now that don't comment but that watch, that we purposely set things up so that way we'd come back and there would be recovery day done, and then we would have the weekend, and we would finagle some of the training or jumps or something like that to facilitate that. Now that's just the way we were, because that's the way we work things, right? But I think soldiers need to get that. Back in my day, when we got back from the field, there was a 72-hour period of recovery. And so say you got back, I don't know, just for an example, say you got back on a day and it was about, 2000, 1900, and everybody recovery. We got sensitive items turned in. We got all the weapons turned in. All right, we're good to go. All right, Sergeants, you good? First Sergeant, we're good. CSM, we're good. All SI's been packed and all this other stuff. And then you put out to formation and say, hey, all right, guys, we're going to do a late call, and so see you tomorrow. It didn't matter if we came back from the field on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It didn't matter, because recovery has to happen. We can't bitch about the equipment that keeps falling apart if you don't recover it and do the proper shortages or do the repairs in the 24 forest, yada, 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 right? So we've been seeing a lot of stuff in the inbox, and it really got us kind of like, are you for real? Like, 72 hours, right? Come back from the field. And then we'd get back, well, no, it's just because we were told we were going to get a comp day. Did you know that how comp day works, right? It's you just got back from the field. So whatever expectation you're giving to your family that is too high, oh, we're going to get back from the field, we're going to have the next 3 days off. That's not how it works. You're going to come back from the field and knock out recovery 72 hours out. And I'm giving you the 72-hour thing because that's generally in practice. That most units, name your units, even in soft does that. So you got 72 hours. You come back, and then we do it in phases. You do what's up, Moki? We do in phases. We got the equipment, and then you have the sensitive, the weapons and stuff, and then you do the personnel, like doing some inventories, repacking your ruck, because some units are wheels up in less than 18 hours, which is the standard to have when you're on GRF, which I miss those days because you had a repetitious method. You knew there was a specific amount of time that you had to knock out these tasks, yada, yada, yada. Some people got pissed off at some of the admins because we said, yeah, it's part of recovery. You guys don't give a fuck about soldiers, one person said. And I'm thinking, hey, look, we're U.S. Army WTF moments. There are some doctrinal stuff that has to happen. Most of the, I guess you would say, the outrage that we like to post, or we post not, or whatever, we're really just posting the fact that, there's some policies that are being fucking violated, and we're like, we think it's fucked up. This is a it's a unique social media platform or platforms that we use that we not answer to anybody. So something that's being removed or something that's being added or all the drama that we get from somebody, you're just going to have to deal with it. There are Army things that have to, it made me reflect. We don't mean spanky, we're breaking balls, right, about discipline. When the CG of the 1st Armored Division, Major General Eisenhower, was talking about discipline and soldiers and all that, I kind of, after the last 48 hours, 72 hours, it's been busy, man. I've been doing a lot of, it's been fucking busy as shit. That's this since fucking Sunday night up until just now, like today, I can actually pump some brakes and take a little bit of a break. Everything today was just busy. And as I was going through my day and watching the interactions within the comments, and I was okay, well, whatever, seeing some people getting mad or whatever, because we wouldn't post something. It kind of hit me. I think General Eisenhower, I'll admit it. Was he probably taken out of context? I think when it came to the barracks, yes. Like, he didn't, like, there's got to be like a gift of gab advisor. There's got to be somebody, like a PA, back in the day before these generals got in trouble, they had a general mentorship program. They should have like an ops sergeant major mentorship program. Like, there is a senior NCO that's with a GO who's probably running around civilians or like that. You just don't know who he is. And he's the guy that's like advising, hey, sir, if you post that, make sure you put it in the context of this, and this, right? You kind of, you just like, that's what it is, and that's the comment. So I'm not going to take back what we said about his not reading the room, but I am going to ponder a little bit into the context of his statement. Iron soldiers, I'm a veteran from sign of the 1st Armored Division, Iron soldiers, old Ironside. We serve with honor, we serve with pride. It was a great. I missed that unit. It was a great unit. It was my first tank unit. Whatever. I digress. But I looked at it and I'm thinking, when he said about the discipline, they do have C's with them. They do, don't they? But I looked at his comment and looked at the context when he was talking about discipline and we need more discipline and all this other stuff. And then I look at the disconnect between mid-grade soldiers, sergeants, platoon sergeants, and first sergeants. And I'm looking at, I don't think that we are really telling our soldiers when we talk about back in the day, we're not giving them those details. We're not giving them that. Back in the day, back in the day, I used to ruck both ways, bare feet, and my rucksack was a wooden box, with ropes for freaking straps and carry straps. Yeah. I think if we would have said, hey, look, this is how recovery happens, and make it an expectation so that way the soldiers know when they're coming back from the field that here's the timeline. Now, to the audience out there, to include the one that said we fucking hate vets and we are fucked up and we're bootlickers, yada, yada, yada. I think you need to realize what you joined. Am I making sense? You realize that you're in the Army. And when you go and do tactical stuff and you go play in the field and do, arts and crafts, your shit gets dirty. You got to come back and fucking maintain it. 72 hours. Again, I was always drilled in my head. 72 hours. Even when we've gone on the field or done some training. 72 fucking hours. Shared suffering creates bonding too. Exactly that, Mulkey. Memories are made in the sock and not in the office. And there you go, right there. There needs to be a manage, and there needs to manage expectations of what units aren't doing. Now, here's the thing. Managing the expectations, if you're stuck to a fucking training calendar and you're briefing to your battalion commander that this is what's going to happen when we get back from the field, and then we're going to have these 72 hours of recovery, but then all of a sudden you're texting the fuck out of your subordinates about where they need to be at or they don't need to be at, and this is what they need to be doing, you're defeating the fucking purpose. At that point, at the command level, you're not protecting that calendar. You're not protecting that process. So the kid's going to see it. They're going to go, oh, well, shit, fucking First Sergeant so-and-so said, fuck it, I need to go on this, and this. Well, because First Sergeant so-and-so or Captain so-and-so has been going through a bunch of shit getting the rigmarole done on not having their calendars protected. Because, yes, we do get WTF moments sent from command teams. And it's quite eye-opening. Which brings me to the standards. The standards of uniform corrections. I get it. Come on, I came from an environment where we're not the exact standard of how military, big Army likes to wear. We wear different uniforms where our ACUs look different. We have ball caps, like night time. I'm wearing a night time ball cap that, well, when we were pulling jump master duties or something like that, you'd wear a ball cap out in the DZ, which you absolutely will see Big Sarge fucking lose their shit. Like when, and some of the individuals that are in the chats that know me or are listening, we used to have Big Sarge absolutely lose their shit when they do a jump with SOF. And, we're pulling jump master's duties with them. And they were part of the 82nd and all this other stuff. And then show up. Other kids were like, ooh, what is this world? What's going on with this? How come you guys are wearing ball caps? You guys are, oh, wow. Look at that. Look how I'm wearing. Blah, blah, blah. Look, know your operational environment. If you're in soft and you do soft things around soft units and stuff like that, you are literally forgetting sometimes left name tape where it says, U.S. Army, left name tape. That you still have to uphold standards and stuff like that. So when you leave your training area or when you leave your training environment and you go on to main post or you go to the Airborne PX, me and my fellow first sergeants used to go there a lot. Not to troll anybody, but pew, pew, we just had to go swing by there. And the looks that we'd get from Big Sarge. Exactly, Moki. The reason we could be relaxed is because we were supposed to be better at all the normal stuff, the basics, exactly that. So I'm thinking about what General Eisenhower said. I'm thinking about discipline. I'm seeing the arguments going back and forth in the fucking with the fucking yeah, exactly that. Big Sarge, exactly that. Big Sarge likes to jump with soft because they can relax. There's nobody over them, just like whatever. And I'm kicking a little recruitment there. I know we've recruited some soldiers, some sergeants, some Jobs come over to the soft side to do their stuff, which I think is kind of cool. I like propping up what we used to do or what we are doing or what we have been doing and all that. Don't say let soft do shit and look at those idiots in South America. Yeah, exactly that. Sometimes when that unchecked happens, then that's what happens. You get the is soft ethical? Are there ethics in soft? Why are they soldiers going down there selling hookers and blow? Just a lot of shit like that. But I digress. I'm talking about General Eisenhower stuff about the discipline and the argument that I arguing. Like I said, I've been busting some ass and fucking doing some work for other, helping out other people on the side. And I'm interacting in there myself. I see some other people in there, and they are getting fucking, there's kids out there that literally have forgotten because sergeants have not told them this. They're not given the processes of what we do when we come back from the field. And also, when you say, yeah, we might get a day off, what's Joe going to think? Oh, he's going to go back, jump on his thumbs and say, hey, honey, I'm going to fucking come back home and I'm going to go do, and we're going to let us off early. Well, that's not the case. You have to articulate some of the processes that happen. Commanders have to protect those processes so that way there's nobody jumping through your ass. Or jumping through asses. Asses be jumping. At any rate. So we got a couple of pictures, a couple of images from senior leaders. These aren't fucking guys that are like trying to harass soldiers or something like that or whatever. These were senior leaders. And I'm like, I can't believe this came from a senior leader. Why are we getting this as senior leaders? You're the senior leader. Hey, Sergeant, you're the one that has the power to make that on-the-spot correction. If you see somebody running around with no top of the uniform down in the Ville, hey, Susan, what's up? Thank you. Go to psyopmerch.com. I might drop the comments in there. I might drop it in there too. But anyways, so you can get yourself some. They're like, you're the senior leader. Can't you bust them? Can't you do something about it? And then the senior leader said to us, the reason why it's a bitch for us, for any senior leader to do an on-the-spot correction. I was telling a really good friend of mine. Real good friend. Me and him were recapping some stuff and catching up on a lot of shit. And we were talking about that one time we went to Jersey Mike's on Yadkin Avenue in back at Bragg. Go ahead, Josiah. Let me see it. Back at Liberty. And this is what drugs are bad look like. What's up, CJ? We get out and imagine a soldier jumping out, getting out of a vehicle with no uniform top and seeing 5 first sergeants and a CSM walk towards them. And it's actually coffee, CJ. Get it right. This is what coffee looks like. And immediately one of the first sergeants said, hey, complete the uniform. Roger for sergeant, and the individual once back. Probably thought that he was going to get something, I don't know, some like, oh, he's going to get away with it. No, we as first sergeants and CSM, we just sat down and decided to eat. Thanks, Josiah. I knew you got it there. And so we were like laughing about it, and we were like kind of like giggling, like, dude, what was this kid thinking? This guy gets out of his car. He's got a uniform on. We see he's in the Army. You see him, and he takes his fucking uniform top off, and then he walks out, and there's 5 first sergeants there. Now, again, I just thought it was funny. So we were kind of talking about it, and you know, like I said, me and my bro, we're talking about the new phenomenon of soldiers walking around with an incomplete uniform. So then, I was talking about that, again, there were soldiers in there in the fucking thing. So the senior leader that sent us some pictures, and we asked, hey, was your, you're the senior leader, right? You kind of like that. It was brought to our attention that IG complaints and the weaponization of IG has made it now difficult for an on-the-spot correction for any leader to make. And now mind you, one of the pictures I'm going to show you were sent to me by men and women. Not just, oh, I would fuck with this guy, whatever. Men and women send these pics. Leaders. And they would rather be, and they said, I would rather fucking send it to you guys, and you guys can talk about it, than me having to go through a fucking IG process just because I made the on-the-spot correction by someone, by saying, Master Sergeant or Major so-and-so or Captain so-and-so said this, and now I'm going to file an EO complaint. I'm going to file a fucking IG complaint because they disrespected me. Now look, wearing stripes is sucking right now in our Army currently because now a sergeant, part part of your rank is being confrontational, making that on-the-spot correction. It's nothing personal. If you make a fucking on-the-spot correction, you make, hey man, blah blah blah. Again, that soldier, when one of our friends fucking made that correction, didn't fucking pop any lip and all that, and that's it. And it was good to go. And I tell you what, we didn't think about it. We just kind of laughed at the fact that the troops are now seeing that taking your uniform top off is now the new whatever. It's been allowed because senior leaders and commanders have allowed it. Everyone makes those IG complaints. The commander seniors have gotten in trouble for making this. Exactly that. Now we've seen it with senior leaders. Fuck, we've seen it with fucking General Donahoe. Motherfucking people making some IG complaints about some shit that didn't fucking happen and then was weighted on some stuff because nobody didn't like the outcome or they didn't like him or whatever. CSM yelled at me for not mowing perfect lines in the grass. That's different. So today, I started this new thing. Since every uniform correction weaponizes the IG when both men and women make the correction, I'm here to help. So individuals, you're now going to be put on notice when it's time for uniform. It's uniform time. You're going to be put on blast. You're going to be put on blast faster than a fucking CSM getting a DUI in U.S. Army Europe. Oh, shit. Well, we'll talk about that later. Yes, it did happen. That's another thing, too. So at any rate, so without further ado, let me allow you to show you the ISIS being helpful. Exactly. Let me assist. There we go. Here's our first one. Bro, at a job fair. First, did anybody make any corrections to this? Did anybody want to make a correction to that? Did anybody at all near a military installation saw this and thought it was fucking good to go to just let that standard walk by? I'm seeing the reaction in the chats. Yeah, there you go. Exactly that. That was my reaction too. Orale. Exactly that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that, Casper. Hey man, hey, screw that ese. La onda don't shave, Holmes. At any rate, I posted it. I posted it on X. And, the reason is that, fucking, when posted on X, it's going to be posted on here. So you're all going to see this. Now, again, like I said, this was sent to us by a leader who says not even fucking worth dealing with the IG drama. A guy to guy. Yeah, he's operating. The barrio is insane these days. Orale, Holmes, you want to join up? Ese? Anda pues, vámonos. So, that's one. Oh, yeah, that's one. My question is, what's up with that mask? Oh, you ain't lying, Gary. Holy shit. Yeah, you're right, dude. What's up with the mask? So that made us chuckle. Again, that we were like, damn, dude, what the fuck? Since nobody wants to, is nobody going to make a correction to this? Okay, cool. Fine. We'll see the next one. I'll just post it on fucking the X app, and then we'll talk about it over the, am I IO or PSYOP? Well, I'm glad you asked there, Natalie. I am a retired PSYOP guy. And the reason why I have the IO guy as my at X is because I pulled a triple duty. I was the IO officer, the PSYOP officer, and the PSYOP senior NCO, senior PSYOP sergeant at 1st Armored Division. And that was just my nickname. So, whoa. What's up, Erica? Girl, how you doing, man? What you doing up, girl? Just kidding. He's the IG. So just go ahead and continue, right? I know you guys are like, I saw somebody show us more. We will. All right. So the next one. The next one is, here we go. Happy, joy in a fucking grocery store without a uniform top. I put the IO in PSYOPs. Oh, geez, PSYOPs. PSYOP, save some vagina for the rest of us. Whoa, hey. I don't know. Kings don't kiss and tell. We don't get into stuff like that. But anyways, again, another correction here. Male to male. Male dude saying, what the fuck, dude? Hey, man, you're out of uniform. Yeah, okay, got it. Thanks. That's it. That's, hey, got it. That's it. Where is the sack of these fucking kids when they do this shit? Hey, where's your top? Where's your top? Him, I don't know. I lost it on the way. Is that the old brown tee? Yeah, it looks like kind of like the old brown tee, doesn't it? But at any rate, bail to bail. And that's it. That's the no top thing there. I'm kind of digging it. We were thinking about doing no top Tuesdays, thinking about doing, whatever. But I figured, doing it live is different because when we broadcast live, we broadcast on several platforms. So 2 Facebook pages, 2 YouTube pages, and X app, which where a lot of leaders are at. They're on the X app. So I figured I might as well just bring that to the X app too as well. That's a sweet fridge. Yeah, exactly. That is a sweet fridge. It doesn't look. The store looks like an HEB. That's correct. That's correct. But again, now this next one right here, everyone's ROTC. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what. Now, there's another thing too. Yes, we did. And I'm glad you brought that up about ROTC. Some high school kids, they're authorized and they have JROTC programs. And so when they have those JROTC programs, they are allowed to wear uniforms to their little JROTC functions and stuff like that. So we've gotten a lot of comments about, you just got an auto face warning? What, really? Really? Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, Facebook has been a real dick. I'm going to tell you what. Yeah, be careful out there. You just got an auto warning. Yeah, we don't. Well, I wonder what you said, but okay. Well, then if that's not going to. If you got an Jared, if you got an auto warning for Facebook for whatever they think they said is violating community standards, or something about the frozen food section and firing squads, really? Yeah, we didn't see that comment. Yeah, it's algorithm. A lot of it too when you do lives, a lot of algorithm stuff works in there. So if you're gonna love the comments on, if you guys are gonna make a comment on this, now this one coming up was sent to us by a woman senior leader. Woman on woman. I'm gonna tell you what. I see a lot of. I got some. I'm connected to other Facebook groups and rooms and stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell you, the women's soldiers are fucking ruthless on the standards and shit like that. More ruthless than dudes when it comes to hair standards. They're fucking. Bro, I'm gonna tell you what, women leaders in the army are fucking, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, they're like 100 times, I don't want to say worse, but 100 times more than fucking, than Big Sarge. I mean, I don't want to say extra, but they are, man. I'm not saying that I'm privy to some of the information of specific women's groups or mentor leaderships or whatever rooms that I'm in, they may not be in, that I get this information from, but I'm just gonna say, God damn. Strict as fuck. I'm surprised these women don't lock each other up in fucking position of attention and position of parade rest. Just trying. I mean, they want to, and they will. I'm gonna tell you what. I mean, there's that joke. The best way to find out who somebody is on Facebook is just ask a woman to say, "Hey, man, do you know who this dude is?" And I knew it. Iowa's catch fishing IO groups. I do not do that. I do not do that. So this next one right here was sent from a woman leader, a woman senior leader who wishes to not be named, but is fed up with this shit, is what the word was. Fed up with this shit and tired of making us look bad. There you go. Take a look at that. Now, this will be posted soon on U.S. Army WTF Moments. On the big page. The woman senior leader, the fact that we have to make a delineate makes me sad. You're a leader and you're a leader. That's right, you are. You're right. There was a female. Oh, shit, Jared, you're bringing up Command Sergeant Major Flournoy. You're talking about the female CSM at 8th MP at Schofield Barracks a decade ago. Damn, has it been a decade ago? Shit. I was here a decade ago. This makes me miss CSM character. Here we go. All the nicknames and shit. So yeah, we were part of that. As a matter of fact, we reported some of that stuff and put that stuff online. So again, if leaders are afraid to make that correction because they just don't want to fucking deal with that shit, more than happy. We'll be more than happy to post this. I'm thinking about making this a Sergeant's Time normality. That every time we get pictures of this, and please, of course, in the chats and all that stuff, please make comments. I miss when there were standards, regardless of rank or sex. Yeah, well, you know. Even if it's made in the regardless of, then it's still not being followed again. So, all right, I'm 5 minutes over my rant. 5 minutes over. Yeah, cause it is fetish, extremely fetish. You know, there's supposed to be braids and stuff. It's not supposed to be a loose ponytail unless it is in a PT uniform, and we don't know what the fuck that is. So yeah, I still think they have the episode downloaded. Okay, so with that, hang on. Phone lines are open. You guys can give me a call. We can shoot the shit. Tell me what you want to feel. Tell me what's going on. And that's just a fucking mess. Yeah, exactly that. So give me a buzz. I got the horn up. And if, as I'm talking, going through my dialogues and stuff like that, if the phone rings, I'll hear it, but you guys won't. And then I'll pick it up and I'll say, WTF Nation Radio, you're on the phone line is right there scrolling below you. You can see it, 415-889-8367. There you go. Call the show. 415-889-83. We will not reveal your fucking name, by the way. So if it comes up with caller ID and it says, it's this, we won't say, hey, what's going on, blah, blah. We will just say, hey, caller, thanks for calling. What you got? Type stuff. So again, sent to me, sent to us. And again, we're just going to like, yeah, okay, we're going to, yeah, might as well just do it like this. If leaders cannot fucking, first SFC is monitoring my calls. So is U.S. Army Europe, by the way. Afy's, if it's an Afy's barber, are you saying that if it's an Afy's barber, it's really your fault? Yeah, exactly. So, okay. So all week, and the reason why I've been busting ass, knocking out some shit and doing some stuff is all week we've had, freaking, Senate hearings and congressional hearings with a hack and sack and all sorts of stuff. And there's been a lot of announcements going on about what we're going to do for our benefits, what's happening with our barracks, what's happening. This is quality of life shit. So that was that was what I've been doing. It's like really freaking, fuck the phone. I want to join on video. You got to get a DSN. Come on, man. You guys don't have a worldwide plan. I don't want to get you on video, man, because it's a process to get you on video. I don't do the video stuff. I'd prefer you call because I don't want to protect you. And what are the phones? I just gave it to you. 415. And it's scrolling right below you, by the way. If you see my image, you see my beat up ugly face, you'll see right below, call the show at 415-889-8367. And it's open. What's up, Sports Bar? What do you hear? What do you say? Afy's barbershops are like O.J. Simpson. They take too much off the top. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. O.J. Simpson died. Did you guys hear about that? Did you guys hear the news? I heard the news like when I was busy doing stuff, and I just saw it come across. Sports legend, marriage enthusiast. I mean, comedy star, whatever. I saw all the jokes and all the memes. But at any rate, yeah, it's 415-889-8367. Don't be afraid to call. Please give us a call. I don't mind the bants. I don't mind going back and forth. But if it's some of the topics that we're talking about, then yes, let's do it. And while we're talking, or while I'm waiting for the calls, I will stop what I'm saying on the subject that I'm on and blah, 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 blah. So there we go. All right. Next story. This one's going to piss you off. So, O.J. Simpson died. Maybe that's a psyop. Ooh, maybe that is. Maybe that is a psyop. Maybe it could be a psyop. All right, you guys see the story posted on the main page. We got military child care centers are slow to report the abuse with little oversight. I don't know if you guys watched this. Steve Bannon, who's been writing a lot of I don't want to say hit stories. Man, that may sound kind of fucked up. He's been writing a hard-hitting stories, I shouldn't say. Stuff that he writes, he's actually fucking pretty thorough and stuff like that. So there's a story right now that Kate and her husband Jeremy thought their youngest daughter, was just having a mild case of separation anxiety when they picked her up from her first day at the Ford Island. Isn't multicam just BDUs? Sort of, kind of. It's an operational combat camouflage pattern that's on ACUs, which they're still called ACUs. Yeah, sad. OJ died, and that's truly sad, but murder is sad too. Okay, interesting take. Ford Island Child Development Center near Joint Base Pearl Harbor at Hickam. Bella's face was red and patchy, and her tiny voice was raspy from crying throughout the day. Usually the bubbly 15-month-old with cheeks and limbs adorably chunky spent the next few days either crying hysterically or quiet and withdrawn. She wet herself for night for the first time and her parents said, and lost her appetite. On the third day of going to the center in August of 2022, she walked to the facility but crying, "Mommy, mommy, no." In her gut, Kate felt something was wrong, and she'd been told that separation anxiety was common. And she decided to go back to work, and she knew it would be a tough transition for Bella. Now, everybody knows that when you send your children's to a CDC, or Child Development Center, or daycare, it's stressful for everybody. You have a lot of anxiety as a parent because you're dropping off your kid and trusting adults to take care of them. So she thought to herself one day, if something happened at the daycare, her or her husband, an intelligence officer, would have been told, right? Right, we would think. But the next day, Kate found bruises on Bella's thigh. Later, find out that her daughter's cheek wasn't red and swollen from crying. A daycare worker had shoved a photo of Bella's parents in her face so hard that her little head turned 90 degrees away as a second worker held her. She was being restrained. CCTV from the daycare that was checked only after Kate and Jeremy requested a review later revealed that Bella had been physically abused by 2 workers. Pinched, shoved, smothered, up against, and pushed up against the wall. Bro. Ooh, doggy. Posted on the main page. Steve Bannon is a journalist covering this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and just drop that story in the fucking chats so you guys can read it. No official command or police reports are filed the day the law enforcement responded to the first report, and the daycare failed to properly document the injuries or tell the parents the full scope of what happened. Dude, didn't we just talk about a story that come out way back about a daycare center at fucking Carlisle Barracks? Didn't we just talk about the same thing? Robbins Air Force Base get busted for that in 2022. No. Yes. You will not. No, you will not. You won't. Your voice won't be obscured. It won't be altered. So your voice is your voice. Depends on how you sound like on the phone. You won't be obviously sounding high definition, like our voices are when we're talking on air. But lawsuit, man, I don't know if it's a lawsuit. I'd beat some ass. Can I say that? Am I going to get busted for saying that? Dragged those workers behind RG-31 through the Patika province. Yeah, dude, I'm tell you what. 8 families interviewed by military.com whose children were injured and otherwise in some incident never have given copies of the incident report. Families who have dealt with their harm to their children at facilities managed by the Navy criticized at the speed that we're told. Now, here's the thing that pisses me off. There's nothing wrong, and I know you guys have heard this before. That term, bad news gets worse with time, it really fucking does. Why did HPD not take the case? Why didn't they take the case? Why did it take the CID desk and did not communicate with HPD the next day? Joint Base Pearl Harbor Garrison Deputy Lieutenant Colonel Janelle CS. So again, all the stuff that happens wrong. Again, we don't like. For some reason, the Army doesn't fucking like to brief. I'm telling you what. And back in my day, do I say this back at Bragg? Go ahead, Josiah, where is it at? Back at Bragg. There was nothing wrong with a commander or unit leadership posting Article 15s or people getting busted or something like that, or investigations being announced. Because that tells the force that processes are working, that the ethics that you're teaching the force are actually are being upheld that you teach. Any complaint that you make, it is assumed that it's going to go through its process. Stuff like this doesn't give the force, the DOD, people serving in Hawaii. I mean, they're fucking already dealing with some drama over there with the Red Hill fuel depot, and they're also dealing with their fucking their power infrastructure and their water infrastructure. That you're not providing any confidence to the force that anything's fucking working if nothing's gonna go their way. Unless you're a general, bad news doesn't get worse over time. What was that comment right there? It just gives you time to submit your retirement packet before the investigation finishes. It's concerning to hear about the violations of state policies by DOD and civilian dispatchers, police officers. Placing them on administrative leave is a necessary step to ensure accountability and prevent further misconduct. True. It's crucial to uphold the ethical standards and respect people's privacy and rights in all operations. You're right. No, you're right, CJ. We even practice that sometimes when we post something and we have some investigating people coming in and say, hey man, we appreciate the post. We love it. Can you take it down? Because it may fuck something up. Sure. That's like on rare occasions. We're not required to take down a fucking post. Danger, common sense is showing. Exactly. What the hell is happening to our bases? How come our commander aren't posting these happenings and pressure to make things? I don't know. But there are several cases right now that are floating, bubbling at the top, foaming in the WTF Nation inbox. That is not just, how do I say this? That other military leaders are aware, or their offices, their JAGs, or their chiefs of staff are aware. What makes it bad is when it's a fucking cover-up. That's what I think journalists, military journalists like Haley Brisky, like Steve Bannon and Davis Winke and Patty Nyberg and Jeff Schogel, they get that little they get frustrated when they get thrown off track about a unit that causes them to dig more. They just want to know what the fuck's going on. So it's the cover-up part is what becomes the WTF, I guess you'd say. JBLM, yeah. Oh, man, fucking JBLM. Holy shit. JBLM and U.S. Army Europe. Why, Susan? Why are you telling people to call me? I've already opened the phone lines. Everything's good to go. Touchy doctors, touchy leaders. You're right. Currently, right now in the inbox, we have a case where there is a senior leader that got a DUI overseas. While just a few months later, a first sergeant of overseas and U.S. Army Europe was relieved, suspended, and his Stetson hat removed. I guess that must be a big thing when you get your hat taken away from you, just like a tab for special forces, or like your wings ripped off if you're a fucking coward or something like that. There's a case right now happening right now where a senior leader got a fucking DUI. Got the proof. Got witnesses. You'd get more call if you tried a voice modulator and stuff like that. Cav, DUI. Like, write me exactly that. Write me out. There's other kids. Now, when there's information that's given from the WTF Nation inbox to a unit, we had a couple of them last night. Hey, you realize the soldiers doing something? Yeah, what about it? They're doing this. Here's the proof. Here you go. We appreciate you sending us a message, and we'll keep you posted. Thank you very much. That's all it takes. That's all it is. Have you seen the new info coming out about SEAL corruption over the last 2 years? And is SEALs calling out a lot of them? Yes. U.S. SOCOM. U.S. SOCOM has got a pretty, how do I say this? Because I love U.S. SOCOM. I like everything about it. I like the fucking, but I think they're just, just how you ever heard the term about organizations and companies. They're too big. They're too big to fail, or too good to fail. A post came out about WTF moments about a year ago at Fort Sill. Here's what happened. Post came out, brown water on tap. See you similar to the Barracks Spectrum. You guys do work. Well, appreciate it, man. That's all it is. We're just highlighting shit, man. We're just highlighting shit that normally would not get to a company commander. If you guys don't want to call, that's cool. I mean, I'll still keep them on. So the SEALs and the Navy currently are cleaning house. Exactly that, Casper. They really are cleaning house. They're going through it. And yeah, right. Exactly that. SOCOM needs to shrink a little bit. I would say SOCOM needs to shrink significantly. Not a little bit. Firing fucking dudes and pulling tridents. Come on, man. It's not a big deal. What's the big deal? Did you know that we get a lot of fucking inbox input from individuals like that? The first ones to talk shit about fucking... Well, I want to keep bringing it back up, but the fucking... That Africa Corps patch. Fuck, man. The same people that fucking were protecting it were the same people that were fucking getting mad about uniform tops not being on. So that's the story from, again, so if you catch that on the, on a U.S. Army WTF Moments front page, there's the story from Steve Bannon. It sucks, man. A GO report from last year said SOCOM had an extra 52 command elements that were not doctrine and were redundant. Yes. 52 command elements, and I can guarantee you that one of them is, a large of it is 1st Special Forces Command. I've never seen a division level headquarters before with almost an equivalent to 11 BCT HQs in it. Not even the 82nd has that size. Not even a tank unit has that size. The problem is the commanders are not respecting NCO business and trusting their peeps. They do flutter kiss and wall-to-wall counseling. Sad that I had to write counseling for a man whore. Whoa. Whoa. You got to write a counseling for a man whore? Is that legal? Can you like freaking... Oh, shit. Hang on. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hang on. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
What's going on?
What's up?
Long-time viewer that was just watching you and making comments.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to tell you.
Jeremy Daniels.
Oh, Jeremy Daniels. How you been, man?
Not dead yet.
I hear you, brother. Careful. You gotta be careful when you say that, though. I said that and I died a few times, so people who know me know about the truth on that one. So.
No, so I'm 100% disabled vet. That's to the point of being a quadriplegic and having a caregiver 7 days a week. So when I say not dead yet, shit ain't killed me yet.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to fucking hear about that. What's going on with you being almost a paraplegic? What's happening?
I deployed to Iraq in February 2003. And, 2003 to 2004, came home. Okay, let me correct this. My name's Staff Sergeant Retired Daniels, United States Army. After just over 9 years, I deployed with 101st starting in February 2003 as the DOT Technical Transport Hazmat Specialist for port operations, both shipping and receiving of all of the aviation equipment and, rolling stock for division.
Gotcha.
I did that 2003, 2004, then again in 2005, 2006, then 2007 was PCS to South Korea. After 11 months of testing, diagnosed with severe aggressive onset multiple sclerosis and spinal cord edema.
Oh, man. Fuck, bro. Sorry to hear about that, man. Fuck. That's fucking damn.
I mean, they admitted all about thanks to, So everybody says, oh, well, you get sick in the military, you don't go to sick call, right?
Right.
Well, yeah, I didn't have a choice. I was escorted to sick call several times. Apparently, you get, clocked in the head, get knocked unconscious, have blood running down your face, you get escorted. End up having skin sloughing off your legs and weeping pus and blood, you get escorted. Your eyeball rolls into the back of your head, you get escorted.
Damn, bro.
But they never sent me home they never sent me home because guess how many DOT technical transport hazmat people were on port, meaning the not military qualified, but DOT qualified.
So you're so okay. So you were med boarded then, basically.
Yep.
They med boarded you. All right, cool.
But it was a little fucked up. You brought up Fort Lewis, right?
Yeah, JBLM. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I was PCSed from South Korea, Camp Humphreys, to Lewis because they're both second ID. They did a lateral transfer from my Delta Company 3-2 to Madigan's WTB, and I was supposed to be evaluated and retired. But instead of doing that, they put me on temporary disability retirement list for 5 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Then at the end of the 5 years, I get a certificate, and a memo in the mail saying you're now retired. You're due no awards, and no combat anything.
So when you mean no combat,
I'm fighting that right now.
So when you're talking about no combat anything, what does that mean specifically? What's the?
Let's see. Disability is based on injury or disease received in line of duty as direct result of armed conflict or caused by an instrumentality of war and included in the LOD during a war period as designed by law. And it says not applicable. Another one says disability resulted from a combat-related injury as described in 26 USC 104, not applicable.
So you got what injured you is I guess my question is what injured you while you were deployed?
So Gulf War, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
Happened 1991.
Yeah.
They came home and they ended up having weird diseases, illnesses, and it was labeled as Gulf War syndrome.
Right.
Right. I'm here to say that, other countries don't have what's called 49 CFR or any terror quality standards of transportation, storage, or disposal of anything. Meaning the entire region's a super fund. You can't say any one thing got you sick, getting off the plane or the boat and breathing in the environment.
Now, so currently you were saying you're fighting this right now. Is this like a VS? I mean, have you gone to a VSO? I mean, have you?
Oh, it's above that. This has to deal with Army Discharge Review Board.
Huh. So when was the last time they gave you? When was the last time they gave you an update, man?
Oh, I just turned in the proper paperwork because I've been trying to get someone to help me with this since I started figuring things out on my own in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, quadriplegic with traumatic brain injury. I forget a lot of shit and then can't write shit down.
Mm-hmm.
You do a lot of repeat and relying on others. Now triggering paperwork. You get injured in combat theater,
mm-hmm.
and go to sick call. What is that trigger? If you were injured on the job, on duty, what is that trigger?
I mean, normally you're supposed to have a treatment plan for whatever you're injured for, and then it's documented, and then that's it.
Right. Go much more simpler than that.
I'm not sure I'm tracking what you're trying.
If you're in a combat theater and you are injured due to an instrumentality of war or by anything, doesn't that instantly trigger a Purple Heart if you're treated there? Not here.
Not
there.
No. See, that's another thing too. It's just like, what are you trying to? Here's my thing. Is like,
Well, no.
I see. Here's the thing. If you're injured, like you bust your fucking ass or doing some shit like that, and you're working on like a truck or you're doing some stuff and you fucking fall out of the truck or you bust your ass doing some shit, that's not Purple Heart fucking. That's not Purple Heart category. Unless you are engaged in active combat with the enemy. And say you are fucking, your vehicle hits an IED, makes you crash and explodes, and you're wounded in the process while engaging enemy forces, then that is not at all fucking at all.
No, the first tour, I got hit in the head thanks to a scud.
Huh?
So Invasion Day 2003, they fired scud missiles at Kuwait.
I remember that. Yeah.
The Patriot missile batteries on Camp Beering, or Udari, however you want to look at it. We were on the airfield next to the Patriot missile battery. Like right next to the damn thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. When that went off, the guy above me, holy hell, because hi, we're aviation mechanics. That's not normal. And with having no warning, I got hit in the head, ended up getting 6 stitches and a black void in my right front parietal lobe.
Okay, well, yeah, that probably fucking constitutes a Purple Heart if it was done by an enemy instrument. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, man. It's like the Purple Heart conversation and the discussion now has been so fucking has now expanded.
Oh, it's been muddied to hell.
Yeah. So I mean, if you got hit by a piece of a fucking scud missile, bro, god damn, dude.
Oh no. You know what a ratchet strap turnbuckle looks like.
Yeah.
The 5K that most units had.
Yeah.
My unit, due to the fact we were division level asset dealing with the aircraft, we had 85K. Damn near 10 inches wide, wing 80 pounds for the knuckle.
Bro, it could have been, dude, it could have been a 50K fucking knuckle. It didn't matter. If there was a piece of a scud that hit your aircraft or it damaged or something like that, and it caused a piece flying and hit you in the fucking head and gave you stitches, then that's a Purple Heart. That right there is not a, that's everybody would say that.
Yeah, now, do you want to know why it's not? So when you deployed,
yeah,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you know what a DD-600 is?
Bro,
or have you ever heard of it?
What is it? What? No, go ahead. Yeah, what is it? What's a
DD-600 is the universal field medical form that every branch uses.
So you're talking, what is that? A casualty feeder card or some shit like that? Is that what it is?
No. The field medical form, the doctors and them put all your information, write everything out. The doc's paperwork. So starting in 2006, they were to omit any of those that showed signs and symptoms of caustic, corrosive, chemical, environmental exposures to prevent a tainted survey group for later.
Okay. All right.
So
yeah, but
my head injury and the MS, same time.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, this is where you need to hit up a fucking VSO. And if you've already done it, that's cool. But I'm only saying this as some advice here of going through that process. Man, you really need to fucking hit up VSO, hit up the fucking VA, and say, dude, this is I can't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate you telling me the fucking story, man. That's fucking incredible. But if you were hit by a piece of shrapnel from whatever detonated or whatever landed or whatever hit you, that's that, and you got stitches from it.
It was no. It was the Patriot missile battery fired off from Beering into Iraq, and the first missile only made it like 500 meters and self-detonated. They fired a second one to actually hit the scud at a correct angle, but the self-detonating one caused the guy that I was working with to drop said item on my head
All right, well, you didn't say that before.
from 35 feet in the air.
You didn't say that before, bro. I'm just saying. Because it made it sound, the way you were saying it, you were making it sound like you got fucking some shit hit.
Well, no, we were informed Scud in between the two missiles going off. It was a holy hell. We were on the flight line loading up and finalizing departure for 101st Division invasion.
Well, we don't get Purple Hearts for fucking green on green. Now you can get combat environment injured, yes, but you ain't gonna get no fucking Purple Heart. Not for that. No. That won't fly. If it's like fucking friendly fire or some shit like that or whatever. Yeah, you're not gonna get a Purple Heart unless, like I said, was the guy fucking Iraqi that was helping you out? You said it was a contractor. Was he Iraqi or something like that? Then, or he was an insider threat
it was
or
one
green
of
on
ours.
blue.
He just got the shit scared out of him having a Patriot missile explode over the airfield.
Yeah, that's not. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that I think that a lot of the comments in the chats, I don't think it's gonna fucking qualify for a Purple Heart. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that your injuries because you're medically retired won't give you any type of rating, because what they should have done when you retired is due to the injuries that were sustained in combat in a combat environment. Then that's what they should have.
The retirement issue. I was medically retired at. Sorry, I'm trying to read. I'm shaking. I was retired at 90%.
Army retired, right? Not VA retired. Army retired.
Correct.
But not, okay, so Army retired.
Department of Defense, Army retired.
Okay, so that means you're. So that means
90%.
So that means.
But
so hang on.
clinically diagnosed, the retirement was 2013. The clinical diagnosis for MS was 2008.
So when your ERAS, your retirement check, ERAS, your LES, your retirement check, does it say taxes are exempt due to combat status or something like that? Does it have some sort of waiver or something like that?
Oh, I've been tax exempt due to how they've all worked it. I've been tax exempt since 2008 when I returned back to the United States. I also applied for Social Security using only medical records.
Right.
Because I was escorted to the places because, like I said, can't really walk, can't really do things. I had to be escorted. Social Security, when I applied, approved and paid me back to Iraq because I was treated on the airfield.
Oh, well, dude, yeah.
I just wasn't sent home because
they
had to have the DOT guy fill out the paperwork.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, man, that is way above my lane, and you're gonna have to fucking hit up the fucking the VA. I mean,
congressional member.
Yeah, I mean, you already hit Congress, right?
Congressional member and Army Discharge Review Board.
Yeah, well, let us know what the status is.
He's kind of below my level.
Yeah, well, this is above our level. I appreciate your story, man. We got more calls coming in. So
yes, sir. Have a good one, man.
Have a good one, man.
I love your show and keep watching.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Holy shit! I just saw somebody that I just recognized from a long. Holy shit! No fucking way! Used to bag. Holy shit! V-Spot in 2020 world. Oh my god, bro! What's up, Brian? Shit! Don't tell nobody what I used to do before I went PSYOP. Oh my God, what's up, Houstonburg? Man, fuck, bro. Good seeing you in the chats. Damn, it's like a fucking reunion in here. Houstonburg. What is up, bro? Man, long time no hear. Well, welcome to SGT'S Time on US Army WTF Bonus and WTF Nation. Oh, let me see. Dude, WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
Hey, man, you started talking about a great topic earlier, and I think we started getting into phone conversations without getting too deep into it. So a lot of us have been following some of these congressional hearings on the barracks, on pay, on family issues. Would be very interested to hear what your thoughts are on that. And then also, what's WTF's role been in contributing to some of this?
Ooh. Well, let's put it this way. There's a lot of congressional leaders out there that reach out to us for information on what we post. Like, hey, we noticed that you posted this on the barrack stuff, or we noticed that you posted some stuff. Can you give us a summary of what's going on? Because we really want, because believe it or not, there are congressional leaders that watch, listen, and read the posts that we have. And a lot of it in the background, it's mostly back behind the scenes stuff. So, like for instance, I'll give you an example. When we posted a story about Alwyn Cash, Sergeant First Class Alwyn Cash, who was awarded the Silver Star, and we were working the comms piece for it, for the for his upgrade and passage of law to give him the Medal of Honor. U.S. Army WTF Moments provided a lot of background work and assisted in the messaging to get the advocacy out for it. So it's you know, it's bipartisan. A lot of stuff that we do, it's like, hey, look, we're not going to go out and get some, you know, fucking MAGA guy going, you know, if you post this, it'll be great for me. No, we're not doing that. It's got to actually impact the soldiers and there's the soldiers' quality, like pay, like the barracks, the fucking mold. Like I said, why is it that one standard for a leader, like we just had General Harrison get fucked up and get suspended? For a GO, it's different and all that. For a CSM, it's different, and a fucking Joe gets completely fucking hammered when it comes to any discipline issues. And so some of the behind-the-scenes work, like I said, like WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio did for Alwyn Cash's, the individual that sponsored the bill was Senator Stephanie Murphy. She was one of the ones that was getting it. And also we were dealing with a lot of the advocacy to get the family sent up. And again, we don't do, it was more of a drive on our side to get it up, only because to get up the, how do I say this? To bring a greater awareness to Sergeant First Class Alwyn Cash on who he was as a soldier in 3rd ID when he did his heroic acts to save his buddies. A lot of people don't know that story. So when, like you're just talking about the hack and sack freaking testimonies and stuff like that, Davis Winky did a story, and we assisted in some details of having the suicide story, with the armor community having the highest rates of suicide, and it's all, you know, it's all connected to our mass rotations, like, because, you know, guys want to, it's like the GWAT's over, so now we're gonna, like, fucking run our soldiers to the ground just to get them their rendezvous with destiny or whatever. So yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's a lot of work, because it ends up being, well, I mean, if you know who I am and know what I do I'm very thorough. I will literally shut people out while I'm working so I can focus on what I'm working on. And so,
yeah, well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, you guys have a purpose other than just putting funny memes on the internet, and, you know, and that's a lot of good things have come out of it. But, you know, watching some of the hearings and watching some of our leaders, right? I mean, we've had pretty much all the senior leaders for all the organizations, as well as their enlisted right hands, have all been sitting in the hot seat recently, answering to Congress on why it is that we have, you know, let certain things fall to the wayside. And, you know, and you have families with daycare centers that aren't clean. You have barracks that soldiers are living in that aren't clean. You have, you know, pay raise. I mean, right after today's hearings, I think they put out something that said Congress is going to recommend, of course, you know, that's all they're really doing, but recommend a 15% pay raise for lower enlisted personnel. And,
correct.
You know, to try to bring this, you know, equality level back up. And, you know, I mean, I don't think the green suiters, our military, has seen a kind of a pay increase like that for really about 20 years, where it was really like, okay, for the next, if you remember way back then, it was like, there was a catch-up period where for about 4 years in a row, they kind of gave us a pretty good bump. And then it kind of smoothed off again. And then, you know, the economy's kind of gone where it's gone. But, you know, just kind of watching our leaders in the hot seat, I think has been useful, because, you know, we tend to say, hey, these guys are really out of touch. You know, they don't know what's going on. And some of them did.
Right.
Not all of them. There were definitely some stars and stripes in there that were pretty far removed from the reality of what their soldiers were living through. But some of them actually had pretty good, you know, they weren't evading the questions the way some others were. So it was good to see. And some of those senators and congressmen, man, they're getting after it too. They're not talking to these guys with kid gloves.
Well, see that, and that's a point too, is because they're usually armed with the facts. Like, they'll have the facts of, hey, we spoke to so and so, and then don't get me wrong, it's not like we have, you know, we have freaking, you know, we have our thing, or we have our engagements with our congressman. It'll be normally a comms office or a military liaison to a senator or a congressperson's office, and they're like, hey, appreciate what you do. Do you mind if you give us a little bit more information on this, and this? We have some hearings coming up, and blah 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 blah. What has been your feedback on this? And then we provide the feedback, and then that's it. So it'll normally end up me doing. Fuck, I retired, man. I was trying to get away from doing paperwork and reports and sit reps, and here I'm freaking. I did it again this week, so it's like freaking, it's nuts, man. So it's one of those things to where it's again for me. It's like, hey, look, I will reach out and I will provide information to anybody that wants to help the troops out. If you want to pay us more, I'll provide you for some details of what the soldiers are going through. If you want to freaking raise their quality of life, fix their barracks, you know, do this, whatever this fucking child DFAC kiosk drama is going on. If you want me to give you some you know, anecdotal evidence, we could do that too. We normally don't clam up when they ask for information like that, but you know, it's mostly, to be honest with you, it's mostly the mill media, Army Times, military.com, you know, CNN, Task and Purpose. They will ask us, hey man, you got something like this that could help us out, and then it's usually a benefit. It's like a freaking reciprocal relationship. Sometimes they'll take it, sometimes they won't, which is fine, you know, whatever. But at least they have the awareness out there, and if it connects to something else, then they can add to that story, like the child care thing. It was first broke by Army Reddit, and then we talked about it, and then Steve Bannon talked about it, and now there's an update that now the IG is going to launch an investigation on it. So I don't know if it's that type of circle or that line that provides that type of awareness to where an investigation could get started. Now, again, we're not, look, like somebody just said about posting memes. There's no greater purpose than funny memes on the interwebs. And you know what? You know what will put us out of business? If leaders just listen to the troops, like you were talking about, that disconnect. There's that disconnect.
Absolutely.
And I've spoken to, and I recently, back in, was it March or something like that? End of February, beginning of March, I attended a KLE with senior leaders. And that's usually what the disconnect is. They want me to go speak to their organizations, and they want to know what the disconnect, like who am I talking to, or who are you guys talking to, and who are you not talking to, or who you're not listening. And a lot of it is just a misconception, or like the telephone game. The sergeant major the command sergeant major from a brigade will say, "Ooh man, this weather is getting messed up. The grass is getting kind of tall there." And the next thing you know, the battalion CSMs and first sergeants automatically, boop, 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 boop. Oh my God. Maybe the CSM.
There's a knee-jerk reaction.
There's a knee-jerk reaction to it.
Hey, like last week when you were going through the inbox, I mean, one of the things you said was, you know, a lot of the people that reach out to you do it because they did try to reach out the right way.
Correct.
And nobody listened, right? Like they tried to do like junior leader things, like a sergeant said, "Hey, you know, I got a thing I want to, you know, fix." And people were like, don't worry about the thing. And they're like, okay, well, you know,
the biggest
for
trend,
you guys, I'm going home.
Exactly. The biggest trend that we're seeing now, it's the Army processes that were promised to them, or benefits that were promised to them that were possible cuts, that's causing more disconnect. So for instance, IPS-A was supposed to, and I drank that Kool-Aid. I thought, okay, cool, pretty good idea. You know, most people know me as the techie guy, or it's all into it. I believe in efficiency. So I don't believe that you have to have 15 fucking, I don't believe in having 15 fucking forms on a cover sheet to go on leave. I don't believe in having supporting documents for 4187 when you can just knock out a PAR or personal action or personnel action. I can't remember what it's called. I'm getting the fucking, anyways, but basically, it's something that's supposed to be so efficient. That's the biggest issue right now. Like soldiers dropping off pay, soldiers dropping off their assignments. That's the big issue. And then now there's talk of possibly cutting tuition assistance or credentialing assistance as well. And this is just talk.
Why would you want a force that's less educated in 2024? That's the part that is unfathomable to me. Is like one of the things that if people ask me or you or guys that are either older, senior, or retired, hey, what's the difference between my generation and yours? My comment is always, you need to get an education.
Yeah.
You will never make it where I made it in the military or where some other people in our age group did if you don't get a civilian education. And then the
Right.
Army is going to make that harder
Right.
by taking that benefit away. And I mean, what do you want? Your NCOs to go back to having flat tops and worrying about hands in the pockets and PT belts? Or do you want an NCO that can stand beside his officer as an E7 or an E8 and say, no, I got that white paper, sir. I'll help you out.
Yeah.
I can do the research on that. And I can write like a grown-up. It's unfathomable to me.
We posted a counseling statement that a soldier who was educated had Big Sarge give him a fucking counseling statement. And Big Sarge was the one that was always talking about, and it's a lot of things, the essays piss me off. And I'm not talking about the essays back in the block where I grew up. I'm talking about papers that you have to fucking knock out that a leader says, you need to give me a 1,000-word essay on how important it is for accountability. Look, dude, you're not even fucking qualified to grade a paper. And you're telling me that you want me to do an essay, a 1,000-word essay? Well, okay, what's your quals for it? How am I going to grade this? Am I going to grade this for content, imagination? Am I doing this in APA format? Am I doing, whatever? But you're right. We do need a more educated military. I think, looking back at my service, I was too busy having fun. I was like, hey, you want to go on this deployment? We got this mission come up. Hell yeah, I'm going to go. And I look back at it saying, okay, cool. Yep, I didn't do that. I put off my education to do the deployment stuff. Now that I'm retired, now I can fall back on the benefit that I was promised, the GI Bill, and use that. The same thing when it comes to these processes of removing credentialing assistance, or like, for instance, a credentialing assistance stuff. It's you wouldn't, and the way Big Sarge is, you wouldn't fucking let a soldier go stale on their PT test. Specifically when it comes to like NCOESs. You got leaders out there that want a PT test every 90 days for somebody to go to an NCOES, even though it's good for a year. And so now with the credentialing assistance stuff, there are some credentials that, and specifically in the IT field, specifically in the nursing field, specifically in other highly specialized fields that require a renewal. Certifications get, like, for instance, while I was certified in specific multimedia platforms, specifically in Apple and all that. Well, I couldn't go back in and say, all right, now I'm ready, I'm certified. No, I have to recertify. And that's the process that I think the Army's looking to cut. They've not made a decision yet. And tuition assistance is the thing that everybody knows while they're in service to get that extra college class or whatever. I see it as, you signed up because you were promised or you were expected to have on a contract these benefits to have. I mean, you're like, your status right now, if you're in and you're being told and you're saying, hey, I signed up for this document, I signed up for this class. The Army said they were going to educate me. The Army said they were going to fucking pay me for this. The Army said they were going to do this. I was brought into the Army under the promise of these great benefits. Get an edge on life in the Army slogan, and now they're saying we might cut that. That kind of like makes the force go, okay, then what purpose are you giving me to stay in at this point? Which they didn't.
Well, when you were big but cool Sarge, and you did it counseling for a guy. What was one of the things that I would almost guarantee was on every one of your quarterly counselings for an NCO, right? So you always covered, hey man, where are we at with your short-term goals, long-term goals?
Yep.
Let's talk about your military education, your professional, but let's also talk about your civilian education.
Right.
And that was every counseling I ever did with any soldier. Let's talk about civilian education. Are you taking a class right now? Something, and the credentialing programs for guys that don't go in as infantry or they don't go in as, artillery or something. I mean, there's people that are mechanics. There's people that, IT guys, medical field especially, the 18 Deltas, they have some pretty good credentialing programs. That stuff evolves. And if you don't stay current with it, not only do your credentials go bad, but so does your knowledge of that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's not just to keep the piece of paper current. It's to keep your soldier who does IT work, who does medical work, who does, generator mechanics, cat diesel mechanics, things like that. Why do we send them to CAT to get a credential, professional credential? because then they have to keep going back and staying current on the latest technology, the latest ways to do things.
Right.
And that makes our equipment work better, and that makes our soldiers do better.
Girl, you ain't lying, yeah.
It's crazy that the Army would want to get away from that and just handle it all back in-house again. It's kind of wacko.
Well, the Army's education system within itself is broken already. The correspondence course that we had back in the day, and correspondence courses now, the DLC, distance learning courses that we have, they need work. So if you're not going to do it for civilian ed, then at least make some sort of credentialing, because there's a thing called COOL, which gets all your military experience and lines it up so that way you can take a class, or you can take CLEPS or something like that. Does that fall into that? I don't fucking know either. You know what I mean? So it's like this thought of your education possibly going away is what's on Joe's minds right now. So, but.
Well, hey, man, I just wanted to, you had mentioned a couple things. I just wanted to call and touch on them. Thanks for taking the call. And you have a cool night.
You too. Peace out. Have a good one. See you.
Later.
All right. So, well, shit, man. I didn't expect the calls to go a little bit long. Well, I guess, let's see. Who's this? Who's oh, never mind. Okay. Well, it's not. Use it or lose it. That's right. Oh, yeah, tuition, good point, Cause. Tuition assistance is a free degree if you're fortunate to have the flexibility in your unit to participate in it. And that's why I really didn't participate in it too much, is because I was busy. I was in an organization that was pretty busy. And so going to class and taking an online class here and there, yeah, but not going to. Joe's watch videos all day. Right. They watch TikToks all day, don't they? Could you imagine if the Army capitalized on the TikTok type of platform used to do Army education? Ooh, yeah. I just talked about it in the beginning. Right, Jay? I just talked about it in the beginning. Yeah. Stitch coming. Did you know when you come back from the field, you have 72 hours to recover your gear? And this is what you need to do. Check this out. And make it all fucking hip, right? Have an influencer. Oh, look, see this? And this is what I got to do. I have to make my unit fucking fit to fight. I have to do this. I got to do the equipment. I got to do my weapons. And I got to do myself. Bam. Joe's watch videos all day. Exactly that. Walk into a platoon or a team or a detachment or a section area and see how many soldiers are on their phones or looking up at their screens doing stuff. But anyways. Oh, okay. I guess a person fucking. All right. Well, I'm going to close the lines then. Because people are like, oh, I'm out of here. Okay, buddy. See you. Have a good one. All right. So. You hate them? You hate Joe's or you hate the TikToks? What are you talking about? Fun learning makes it interesting. Exactly that. And that's the thing. Had a very short recruiter call story that my 19-year-old son recently told me about. Exactly that, Travis. You can actually remember it. That's fucking, yeah. Could you imagine? The Army would just jump on that and just revolutionize that. Revolutionizing training forever. But anyways, go back to that. Yeah. No, I wasn't bullshitting. No. So go back to let's stitch troops getting an education. Bam. Exactly that. Let's go back to that CSM and U.S. Army Europe getting a DUI. Yes, that did happen. So we're waiting for other details to come out before we talk about it. There you go. That's it. How about that? Visuals. Oh my God, Holly. The bitches, they love visuals. I'm telling you. As a matter of fact, I think don't we got that meme going up in there? Hang on. Yeah, DUI in Europe. Oof. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, here we go. Here's for you, Holly.
Well, it definitely is all about the visuals, although pretty sure it's illegal.
Exactly that, Casper. There's a few things being held kind of right now. We just want to make sure, Here, I found the other one, Holly. Here you go.
The bitches, they love visuals.
I miss you, Doc Madness, man. Oh, God. All right. So with that, I'm going to close it up. Hang on. Okay, close the lines down. I got to make sure the old tech is good to go. Let me see what's going on here. Let's get it. So today you're listening to Sergeant's Time. Spanky wasn't here today because she was busy with her work and kind of had to attend to something like that. She wanted to make it in last minute. So I said, yeah, just don't worry about coming. So you're listening to Sergeant's Time, watching, viewing, following, commenting on today. Sergeant's Time at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. Tomorrow. Wait, do we even have that? Oh yeah. What about that link? I'm sure you guys are on. Yeah, you guys are on me today. Shit. Damn. Okay, so you guys wanted to know the PSYOP merch. There you go. That's where I got this t-shirt from. The old retro ghosty that says PSYOP with the old speaker truck. What's my opinion of calling the retirees back? Well, calling the retirees back on a volunteer program. The Air Force just announced it, but they were quiet about it. They did it back in February. And right now, the Army is poking and probing and fielding, meaning calling people up and asking what's going on, what's happening, you want to come back in type things. There have been retirees, including myself, that have gotten that informal call. Do you want to come back and do this and all this stuff? So, yeah, it's tempting. It's tempting. Be careful. I might be one of y'all's ops sergeant majors or something like that. Who knows? But it's tempting. Let me matter of fact, let me open up the calendar up here. And let me see what's going on in the calendar to give you guys, I'll come back. Exactly that costs $2 million. We'll come back. Tomorrow we have Sergeant's Time. We have Sergeant's Time Freedom. We have Friday Night Freedom with the cows. And he's gonna be talking. As a matter of fact, he's gonna be starting a little bit later, 30 minutes later, which is cool. But he's going to have. Is he gonna have a guest coming on? Cause you can have a guest. My calendar's acting all wonky right now. So let's see. Bars. Yeah, I can't tell, but the desk is doing cyber warfare connected bills. 6 a.m. work call formation. Yes, you got a guest. Okay, is that Nate Virtuelli? That is your guest. Nate Virtuelli. I can't even. Virtuelli. Man, I'm all fucked up. Matter of fact, I'm just going to pull up the screen grab on there so y'all can see him. And that way, the front desk, by the way, has been busting their ass, doing some great getting some great guest lineup. Big names, too. Man, it's fucking awesome. Nate, I got, cause how do you, I say, well, I'm going to say, how do you say it? Don't say it right there, but Nate Virtuelli. Virtue. Yes, English is my second language, and I don't speak it very well. Virtuelli. So that he's going to be coming on and joining Cause and shooting the breeze, talking about music. I always love having artists coming on, veteran supported, veteran supporters. Venture Ellie. Gotcha. Okay, Venture Ellie. Got it. All right, Venture Ellie. It's always great to have a recording artist coming on and join us on U.S. Army WTF Moments, WTF Nation Radio, so that way we can get, and also sometimes they give us music. They give us music to play, and here you guys can make music and stuff like that. So we're gonna have the Bayou Bandits come back on. It's been a minute since we had them coming on. But generally, we really appreciate all the recording artists that come on. Matter of fact, we should have like a recording artist. Not like a reunion, but like, hey, come back and see how you doing type stuff. Yada, yada, yada. So Nate Virtuelli coming on. He's Italian. Oh, got it. I was like, Italian. What the hell is that? He's Italian. Got it. So he's going to be with Friday Night Freedom tomorrow. Again, don't forget the show's going to start 30 minutes late. It's going to be a little bit later. Right, a little bit delay. And then we got freaking Saturday. Saturday's our day off, our Donza. We're looking at cooking something up for Saturday. So pay attention to that. Be on the lookout. You might be seeing some stuff with gaming involved. I noticed Pop Culture Warriors doing some like tabletop games and stuff like that, shooting the breeze and hanging out with the bros. I think I'm gonna swing by his house and just party crash it, just be in there and just hang out and shoot the shit with him too, because that looks like some fun stuff. Don't forget, Sunday we have the Sports Bar with the Coach. What do you hear? What do you say? And of course, the incredible actual King Smith as the man running the game, talking about games. I like listening to the show. Sometimes I will not freaking stop laughing because when King and the coach go back and forth, bro, it's entertainment. That's what it's all about. And then Monday I have a guest. I have a guest on Monday at the Monday edition. It's George Lutz, and he's the founder of Honor and Remember. I told you guys like that. You're gonna see some graphics and stuff like that get disseminated out, posted up. Spanky likes the word Donza, just saying exactly that. And then Pop Culture Warrior on the 16th, Orlando Jones. You guys are going to see that interview. And then on the 17th, yeah, I forgot, CQ and Mad Mike. Mad Mike with CQ for Pop Culture Warrior. And then Laura Carno from Faster Colorado is going to be on the Smoke Pit with TZ and Radar. And then back to me starting this time on Thursday. I'm going to be like, we got a possible big name guest. I want to make sure we got it locked in. I'll wait until probably Monday to announce it, but it's a pretty big freaking country music guest. If you like country music, so it'll be pretty cool. It'll be on the 24th, and then in May's gonna be busy. I'm gonna be out the net. I'm gonna be hanging out with some other veteran influencers and hanging out with the PSYOP Regiment on Fort Liberty for the PSYOP Memorial Ruck and a WTFM Fort Liberty visit. I guess they're trying to square away some sort of talk. I'm supposed to be talking to some kids, to the troops. So I might be up on around Fort Liberty on the middle of May. More dates will be refined, but you'll see me there. And I'm looking forward to it, man, because I'm going to hang out with the troops. I like hanging out with the Joes, shooting the shit with them, bumming the smoke off of them. I'm just kidding. I don't bum the smoke off of them, but did they say the name? Didn't they say the name? Did they say the name? Yeah, did they say the name last night? Did they? Is he? Did you guys say the name last night? Really? Oh, okay. Really? Do I just go ahead and just say it, Cos? Just go ahead and say it, right? John Rich from Big and Rich. Yeah, that's who's coming on Wednesday. John Rich from Big and Rich. Yeah, that one. He's going to come on too. Can't wait. So, again, appreciate all the hosts knocking it out of the park with these big guests, man. Some of it is front desk. Some of it's them. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Sometimes a little bit of both. Love it. So anyways, make sure you share, like, and follow. Make sure you pay attention. The inbox is always open. Remember, keep up those uniform posts, because we're just gonna go ahead and start posting them. If you have a soldier that is running around giving you an attitude and you want us to post them without their top, they have to be in violation of AR 670-1, of course. And you got to be straight, because before it gets posted up, it's gonna be we do our research to make sure that when we do post the picture up, it's going to be pretty fucking... yeah, he's a huge veteran supporter. Exactly that cause. So, yeah. So, again, no top. Well, wait. That doesn't sound right. Don't send me pics with your top. Well, hang on. Don't... Anyways, wait. That's not coming out right. Never mind. Send me your pics with your tops off. This is what I was going to say, but that's not what I want, because then topless even. Yeah. Thanks, cause. I'm really, stumbling my words here. But anyways, make sure you share, like, and follow. We're on 2 Facebook pages, 2 YouTube pages, and X, broadcasting live on the X app. And we're also broadcasting live. Exactly that, John. My DMs are going to be lit. They're going to be like, I said that we were going to be topless. Here you go. Here, I don't know why I spoke it like that, but I'm just saying. We're on 2 Facebook pages, US Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. 2 YouTube pages at WTF Got Milk at WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments. So thank you guys so much for the call. I mean, I wish you guys would have called more to shoot the shit, but there were some good conversations in that. We'll do it some more. Let me know if you guys like the phone calls, because that's what we used to do. We used to do that back in the day. Matter of fact, we used to call staff duties too. Man, we need to go back to doing that. Just phone call. Pick a day for a phone call, man. What, every third Thursday or something like that of each month? we can do phone calls. We'll just call units. Hey, what's going on? Call staff duties. Call PAO's office. Stuff like that. Hey, what's going on? The no blouse might get you some more spicy pics. I know. Yeah, I know exactly. Complete the uniform, huh? Make sure you guys share, like, and follow. And thank you guys so much for hanging out. Appreciate the calls. Keeps me on my game too. So that way I don't have to freaking. When's the rave? I know, man. I haven't had a rave in a long time. You know, that's a good idea. Maybe I should set up some more lights. I have the lights for it now. I have the lights will be beaten. Just like that. I might give people some epileptic seizures. So, but anyways, thanks again for tuning in. Thanks again for the phone calls. Appreciate you guys engaging. Make sure you check out the links that are inside the chats that I dropped. PSYOP merch, and of course the story that Steve Bannon did about the child care. But at any rate, y'all have a good night, and see you. Shouts.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Anything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.